Hey everyone, Rich here from HighLevel How To, and today we're going to look at the CRM within HighLevel. We're going to look at the features, importing, filtering, creating smart lists, and even how we can create custom fields. So let's dive right in. Here we are then in the contacts list, which is the CRM element of HighLevel, and you can see at the moment in this particular sub account we haven't got any users. So let's start off with an import, and that's this button here. So we come into here, we can drag and drop a file onto here, and I've just created some mock data using a website so that we can see some examples. We click next, and HighLevel is then going to take a look at that file, analyze the field headings in the CSV, and give a preview. So really helpful here, and you can see I've named the fields intentionally to match things that HighLevel is going to understand. But you can see here HighLevel is giving us a preview and also giving us the option. So if we have something that is either matched wrongly or is in some way not recognized, we can choose a different field to link that to. And then we click list, and we can choose the import name. I usually leave it as the date and time, looking like this. You can create a list from it if you want. You can also add a tag. So you could put import, and you could put the date under here if you wanted to. You will also have the import name there, so you can see all of those things, but you can create a tag for that there. And now if we submit that, we are going to see those users come in. You can also figure out what happens about updating users already in the database. So in our case we were blank, but it would match on email, can also match on phone as well, and that is useful if you are doing some sort of an import where there is a possibility or even a probability of there being duplicates in there, and you want to not create duplicates. Instead, what you want to do is to update things. So you can see here we've got the data come in. It has put a filter in for us based on that batch ID, but I'm just going to take that off for the time being because we haven't got any contacts in. You can see name, company name underneath, phone number, email created. You can also choose to put different columns in here if you want to see different information. So state was one of the things that we also put in. Those come in here. Important to remember as well, though we won't do it right now, if you were exporting the contacts back to a CV, it's only going to export the fields that you have visible. So if you're having any challenges with exporting, just make sure all the fields that you want are visible and then export, and you will get that. So before we dive in to look at some of the individual contacts, you have your usual system here of selecting things, and HighLevel really helpfully, if you select all, will say we've just selected all on this page. Do you want to select all of the 1,000 people? And you can tick that as well, and it will select those people. Filters is really a powerful feature that we can use over here. So let's say that we want to find everybody who has the tag of that source was Facebook. So we can choose that here. That's now going to filter that down. And you can see at the bottom, we can save that as a smart list. So if I click on that there, source Facebook, that's going to save that as a smart list. And so now over the top here, we can click on all, and rather than having to keep on going and creating a filter again, we've got that filter saved. We've now got everyone who is source Facebook in here. And those smart lists we can manage here on this smart list, manage smart list tab. You can see at the moment, this is just for me. So I can click on share here and choose to share it with all of the users, so then other people who are on team with me can also see that. Filters, really powerful. You can stack things as well. So if we say put in here, We want to know Instagram, apply, but we can also then say, what about Instagram, and the state is Ohio. And we'll see how many that actually brings up in our mock data. And you can see 16 of those things. So you can stack filters, create smart lists from whatever you want in that. Notice here that the filters, the 2 is showing to say there's 2 filters thing. We are still filtering. So you either click on all or go in and remove those filters. What can we do with bulk users when we select? We can change their pipeline all at once. We can add them to a workflow. So this is really useful if we're wanting some sort of a bulk action. And we say all of these people who live in Ohio and came in through Instagram, we want a specific action on them. We could put them into a workflow. We can send messages to them. We can add extra tags to them. So if we've created a new tag that's Ohio Instagram tag, we could now add that to the face to the filter that we have created and do that. We can also remove tags, delete. Obviously, we can, if we have the review request feature set up, we can ask them to do that. In import and export, we have looked at, and merge as well. So if you've got 2 that have somehow duplicated, often people will come in and use a different email, but really they're the same overall end user. You can merge and choose the merge fields to bring together into the merged item. Bulk actions helps you see the different bulk actions. You can see here, this was our import, and you can view the details of that and see any problems as well. So here, everything got imported, but if you had some tough data that wasn't working, you could see the details by going into this thing here and looking at the errors. Restore, if people have been deleted, you can undelete. Tasks, here, this is an overview of all the tasks. So a task is associated with a contact, but this can show you all of your tasks across all contacts. And HighLevel also now has a company object. So you can create companies separate from individuals and then associate those individuals with that company. And you can manage all of that here. But if we come back here and choose to come into an individual user, you can see here, this is all of the information we have got. So we have got the contact information, and we have got more fields in here under these groupings. You can see tags, and we can edit tags. If there were workflows in here, if there were opportunities, they would show up as well. And then obviously the do not disturb stuff in here. And then companies, we could add them into a company and group records together. We can assign this user to a particular team member. So this is useful in sales or customer service environments where you want the same people reaching out. Even if it's an automated message, you want it to come from the same person, you can assign here. Any emails, SMS, Instagram, Messenger things that have happened here are going to show up in this middle pane, and we can initiate those messages if we want to in here. Activity, websites that have clicked on, bookings that have been made, all of those things will show here. Tasks, we can add that in here. Notes and any appointments that they've booked will all appear here. So once a user has had several interactions with us, we're going to see a lot of things happening in this tab here, and we can do a lot of things. We can even schedule messages for a different time if we want to when we are sending things to people. Now, maybe you're looking at this and saying, could I modify any of this on the left-hand side? And the answer is you can. You click on the settings tab here, and you'll see these are the built-in fields, but you can also add your own fields, and these are the different types of fields that you can have. So you can have drop-downs with single select or multiple select, and you can organize those into the folders, create new folders. So if, as you are looking back at this view back here, you're thinking, for my use case, I would need to change. That is absolutely possible and very easy to do. So a quick introduction to the CRM in HighLevel. We won't go into the opportunities right now, but hopefully this has given you an idea of the power of this system and what is possible within this CRM module. If you haven't yet signed up to HighLevel and you'd like to dive in and have more of a try with it, then we've got a link in the description below, ghltrial.com. That's going to give you 2 weeks free so that you can come in, have a play, see what is possible, and see if HighLevel is going to be right for you.